Another quick update. Here's a quick update on the 5 gallon. I mean, I don't really post about this one much because I don't know, because usually there's nothing really going on in it. There's not much in here anyways, but there have been a little bit of changes and some growth. This is just a wad of peacock moss, and I'm not sure how that's gonna go yet. And it is chaos in here. There's shit overlapping in here that I need to clean up. But you see the little shrimp in there, they're still doing good. They're just little ghost shrimp feeders. I know I need to clean the glass, but the glass cakes up like this over a day or two, because I guess it's probably because it's still cycling, or because that little filter on here was I don't know if it said like 1 to 3 gallons. It's very, very weak. It's barely a filter. But I've kind of decided that I guess that's cool for now, because I have a Betta in here and they can go to the top and breathe, and the water quality is pretty good, even though it doesn't look like it in here. But that's because I had a couple of Ludwigias here and I had chopped them back there, so I had little bitty short thick pieces of them stems back there, and I just uprooted them, so it made a mess. But those little cryptoparvas right here, they're growing good. The little cryptoparvas that I'd gotten, I've got a couple of them in the big tank, but the big tank ones didn't really make it that well. There's a little piece of that hydrocotyl right there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. That moss ball, it just sits there. I don't know what to do with the moss ball, but the shrimp kind of camp out back there, and once it's on top of it, so I think they like it, so just kind of leave it back there. These look like Bacopa carolinianas, but I don't think that's what they are. I collected these. Like a lot of my plants, I got these from nearby, and some grass right next to some water. Kind of like how I got this little plant. Probably obviously isn't really gonna make it, but that's how you try things, right? That was some little hairgrass from my apartments, and this little plant, I think, I'm not sure, but I think this is another one of those back there. Little Bacopa looking plants. And they look like Bacopas, and they do have the little flower sprout that those Bacopas do have. The only difference is that that little flower sprout on these guys isn't purple. I think the Bacopa carolinianas, their flower is purple, and these guys' flower is like a bright hot pink. So I'm not sure how aquatic it will be, but they look like they're starting to grow green in here now. And so there's cryptoparva is looking good. That variegated Anubias nana, they're doing pretty good. Little ghost shrimp over here with some babies. They're doing alright. I just drop a little bit of couple chunks of fish food in there for them, and they go crazy and eat them. A little bit of Java moss there. That little rock is Physidens, the Fontanas. It's just, I don't know. We'll see what it does. It's not right much right now. This plant here, this green one here, this is what was sold to me. I had 2 of these sold to me as cryptoparva. I got them from H2O Plants a while back, and there's the other one, and as you can see, they're not like this type of cryptoparva. So these are the real cryptoparvas right here that most people have, that everyone has videos on and has in their tanks, and these are actually growing. But these guys, these that are sold as cryptoparvas a lot, they don't do much. I mean, this is their growth from a long time ago when I got them. I had them in the big tank. But anyways, They're doing okay though. That's my banana plant floating there. You can't see it because of this moss, but my banana plant there. That is vivipara grass, the giant hairgrass, the one that forks at the top. You can see these runners right here. The runners are from, and there's another runner. There's actually a little tall grass plant that's covered by everything else. That is a pygmy chainsword. I planted two in here. One here and one slightly behind the wood right there. And they're making runners like crazy. This little narrow-leaf Java fern that I bought, I'll take it out of here because it's not doing anything. It's just in the way. But my dwarf sedge is really, really tall here. In my other tank, they get like really tiny and short. But in here, they're really growing. So I guess I would consider this tank probably. Well, I can't really tell. It seems to me, to my eye, that this tank is lower light. And if it is, then I guess the dwarf sedge with lower light grows taller. Or maybe my dwarf sedge in here is just growing taller because in my other one, the soil is over an inch below the substrate. So I guess the dwarf sedge start there and then pop up. So they're just a ½ inch shorter. Over here, this is aqua soil. So they don't have to dig down for the soil. So maybe they're starting from higher. But anyways, yeah, the grass is growing. Sometimes when I look at it, it doesn't seem like it's growing. But then if I think about it after a week, it really is growing. It's just slow. And that little baby platy, he's still in here. But yeah, this ghost shrimp, he just here's one here. They eat my pond snails. So I drop pond snails in here, and the ghost shrimp eat them too. The good thing is though, these ghost shrimp, they eat the pond snails, but they don't mess with the ram's horns, which is cool because I love my ram's horn snails. There's one right there, back there chilling. My ram's horn snails have been breeding, and I have plenty of them now, and I have some pink ones with golden shells. I have golden ones. I've gotten brown shells, and I've got some with the smoky white shells, and some actually have clear, but that's just how they are. They're all healthy though. Anyways, and those are floating Ludwigias, and I finally found a bit of duckweed, just a little bit of it, a couple pieces of it, so we'll see how that multiplies. Anyways, that's a little update. I might get a new filter. Plants are doing alright. Sorry it was so long. I'm rambling. That's the 5 gallon.